I know earlier you mentioned reference to the ladder, right? So you climb the ladder, you get to the top, and you achieve that goal. Or it could be money, it could be I want another house, or it could be material things, or and then you're there, you get it, and now you still feel empty, right? And so people may think that's the second mountain, but I don't know if you wanted to elaborate or talk a little more to that feeling when people get to the top and now it's empty.
Yeah, one of my mentors once told me, he said, we love performance. We love achievement. We're built for it. We don't wake up in the morning and think, I'd like to be crappy today, right? However, it's who we become in pursuit of that achievement, and that whatever the top of that mountain may look like for us, that is the question that we have to ask. Secondary to that, we have to say, is this making me more or less of who I want to be? But the predecessor to that question is, who do I want to be? And sometimes the path has been prescribed for us. This is the next step. And in my own coaching practice, what I've found is sometimes people get to that top. They are considered the best. They have that car, they have that thing, and yet they feel so empty on the inside. Because there hasn't been that connection to that deep sense of, I'm making this happen in the way I want. This is who I want to be in my life. And so I think that stopping along the way and thinking, is this the mountain that I need to be on right now? And I can perform, I can enjoy the fruits of my labor and my work and my life without having to pay the cost, the sacrifice to my own health and happiness along the way.
Right. And adding to in that second mountain, purpose, right? And what is that? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Purpose, feeding the soul and that soul path. And I think this workshop will bring that out in people that maybe haven't experienced or even thought about that concept. So based on that, like who can benefit from this workshop? When you think about all the people and networks in the world, like who's the right person for this workshop?
In my perspective, I'm thinking that anyone that's reached a crossroads in life, they're standing there thinking, which direction? Maybe I've achieved that first mountain. Maybe I've achieved some of the things that I thought would bring that great sense of happiness to me. So I'm at a crossroads and I have some decisions to make. And this is a place to pause and consider those. I think someone who's had maybe an igniting event, there's been some great joy, loss, something in their lives that's led them to think, I need to reassess some important things in my world. I think people who are seeking more alignment between what they say and what they do, between the values and the meaning and what they actually do on Tuesday afternoon, and how that alignment is something that we have to attend to. And then finally, honestly, someone who wants to pause the speed at which we live right now, because that is the gold nugget of being in the corporate life, right? You move faster, you answered quickly, you were more available, so I think slowing down is another potential possibility. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I just couldn't. There's so much that triggers for me. I mean, I guess I say this one's for anybody. Three things happened when you were talking, and Matt, when you asked the question. The first thought I had was from Goethe, which was, life breaks all of us. Some of us grow stronger in the broken places. Second thing that occurred to me came from a Gertrude Stein quote I came across a long time ago, which was, when you get there, there's no there. There's a that's there to get to. And the third thing is from another guru in my case, which was my beloved mother, who died at 94 about 5 years ago. It was amazing. She was the most gracious, grateful, beautiful woman I probably ever knew. And we were close. We were friends. It goes back to the origin story of how I entered this world and what happened early on. But I asked my mom right before she passed away, Mom, is it really a fight to the finish? And she looked at me and smiled and said, I'm afraid so, son. And I thought about those three things, and they come together to say, this is to help you get in fighting trim for the long journey ahead. right now on this planet, if there's research that suggests if you make it to 60, there's a 50-50 chance if you have reasonably good lifestyle factors and a reasonably good attitude, you're going to make it into your 90s or 100. We have more people. It's the fastest growing segment of the population. That's a lot of time to still be here and to be in shape and to have some tools and to have some approaches that are grounded and solid in what we know, working with tens of thousands, let's say, of people. That's pretty good database, and much larger than that, reflecting what comes up into those research pillars that we sort of stand on. I think this is for anybody who wants to stay in shape and stay in fighting trim and deal with the places and take the energy from those places forward as the fuel in their tank, and know that they're the authors of the next there. And when they get there, that'll be the next set of challenges. You know, it's thinking about change. It's fundamentally having a way to understand the impermanence of things so that you have some good stances and viewpoints and supports to make the best of whatever it is and whoever it is you want to be next.